Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Kris. Yep, this is Lost Media You Don't Want to Find, and this is by Rizith. Hope I'm saying the name right. Before we get started, you can do what I did in the last video. Give a thumbs up on my video. You can subscribe to the channel. 2 free options. If you don't want to do either of those, you can donate to the channel through the thanks button. You can request a video. Your name will be sponsoring that video. You can still request a video without donating. It just takes a little bit longer, and you don't get that little extra shout out. So let's get into part 2 of the video.
Lives. So many lives. Lost. Lost for nothing. 2,977 people were killed in these attacks. Only one staircase remained usable past the 78th floor in the South Tower, and none beyond floor 91 in the North Tower. Hundreds survived the initial hit and became stranded on higher floors or structures. Many of those caught on the higher floors would eventually fall from the higher floors to the ground below. Up to 200 of these jumpers would fall from both towers. Many people recorded footage of the attacks, including photographs and videos of jumpers falling from said towers. Many of these recordings do not show the jumpers impacting the ground, making footage that does capture the moment they hit the ground extremely unusual or nearly hard to find. Around 2006, a video appeared on video sharing websites showing footage taken from the ground around the towers. The video is named LOL Superman, or something along those lines. The video is supposed to be a shock video. Because of takedowns, the film has been lost to time, raising curiosity among those trying to find it or want to find it. In 2015, a 4chan member would post their experience with the video on the X Paranormal board.
Give me a minute. Okay, sorry about that. I got a new puppy, and he's acting up a little bit.
The video came from the early days of YouTube and showed graphic images of jumpers. The original channel responsible for the video was terminated. The video poster attempted unsuccessfully to locate the video again. When the video first appeared, the responses were overwhelmingly negative. Obviously. On July 30th, 2022, Reddit user The Sketchy Dude posted on the r/Lost Media forum, seeking more information about the video. Because of this post, the video and its search received more attention, increasing the desire to find it. Many Redditors came forward stating that they had watched the video and expressed an interest in locating it again. According to a rumor, the video is hardly more than 2 minutes long and features shaky camera footage. The identities of those who recorded the footage remain unknown. It is thought that the film begins with the 2 cameramen ascending the steps of the plaza and then swiftly racing to one of the North Tower side. It is then claimed that, similar to the aforementioned 4chan thread, gruesome imagery of a single body or bodies falling down the pavement, as well as close-up shots of the corpses once they have landed, are shown before the cameramen leave the plaza. The video is most likely flagged heavily by a variety of video sharing websites throughout the years, so it had just gotten more difficult to find over time. In recent years, the other pieces of evidence that have been posted claiming to be screenshots from the video, these have all been proven to be fraudulent, untrue. Over time, there's even a possibility that the video did not exist at all, although this was still not proven. YouTuber Blame It on Jorge conducted an interview with the moderator from the 9/11 archive. They expressed uncertainty about the video's existence. The argument was based on the video's unclear descriptions and the fact that there are many jumper shock videos on YouTube that are easily misremembered. An attempt was made to contact the FBI over the footage, but it was declined. Their response was that it was being utilized as evidence in an ongoing criminal prosecution, most likely that of Khalid Shika Mohammed, who is one of the remaining individuals responsible for the incident and is currently imprisoned. This confirmed to some that perhaps LOL Superman existed, as they acknowledge his existence. This means that the footage is most likely lost forever, as it is unlikely to ever surface anytime soon, if it is stored by the government. There's currently no confirmed footage of LOL Superman. The video might most likely be in an FBI archive. There's no proof that LOL Superman exists or does not exist. There's no evidence that the video the FBI has is LOL Superman, as it all might just be a coincidence whether LOL Superman is in the FBI's hands or not. A user created a possible path the cameraman took in the video to help aid in the search. Personally, I don't want to find this, and neither should you. But it's really interesting to see, so I'll show you this. But please, don't go lose sleep over this. You're never going to find this video. I don't believe it to be a myth, but I really don't think it will ever surface again. And I don't think it has to. There's so much stuff on 9/11 out there, and a lot of it is missing, yes, and there's a lot of mysteries to it. But when it comes to the shock video side of it, I think we've seen enough.
This wasn't the video I was thinking of. I thought they were going to show video or pictures of people jumping from the towers. That's what I thought this was. It was not what I thought.
Horror games are a commodity for many online. YouTubers in the early 2010s made it big with this genre, creating videos to entertain others. A new game would come out. A YouTuber would play it. If the developer is lucky, it would be huge. On June 25th, 2015, the YouTube channel, Obscure Horror Corner, posted a series of videos demonstrating a game only known as Sad Satan. The first video, Sad Satan Deep Web Horror Game Part 1, soon gained popularity. The gameplay was deceptively simple, with no jump scares or sophisticated mechanics, just wandering along a seemingly infinite hallway. There was nothing to attack, there was no way to defend yourself or really do anything, at least on the surface. Nothing. Occasionally, though, strange pictures would flash across the screen, adding to this ominous mood. Nothing could hurt you. You couldn't die. All you could do was walk. The game's notoriety is mostly known for the fact that there was no true original copy. The game was created using the Terror engine. If you were unlucky, you probably gave yourself a Trojan downloading the game. The game was tame on the Obscure Horror Corner, but it was said that other copies did include pictures of gore flashing on the screen. It wasn't until Mudahar made a video on the game, finding a copy on the deep web. It was then he would show how uneasy he was and get genuinely sick playing the game.
Turn back while you can. Let's go see what's down this area. What the fuck is that? Alright, I'm gonna blur this shit out for you guys while you're watching this. But there is no screamer that was given. What actually is the image, though, is it is of a child, I think, or somebody young with their head complete. What the fuck? Maybe I should fucking turn back and just walk this way. Fuck that job, dude. Not getting chased. We go this way. It's like these big subwoofers on the side now, too. That's really fucking weird. Fuck. Alright, now. Alright. That was an image of a person who lost their fucking head. Alright. I may be quiet while I'm in here, but the game offers no audio. Keep going. Oh, God. I don't know if this is like a faked version of a real one, but it's fucking weird. There's no like screamers or anything. I mean, there are screamer pictures like gore, which I'm gonna fucking block out for you guys because I can't post that shit on YouTube. Wait, what's this? Door's locked. Okay. All right. But fuck. It's a guy with his head hacked off. It's a girl, sorry, with that head, with her head completely hacked off with a fucking machete. Although it looks like it. Oh, fuck. What was that? NSPCC is great. Oh. Okay. Picked up a key. That's the key for the door. This key.
Before I continue, I just want to add a really funny, fucked up note. So as you know, the NSPCC is the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children. The image that popped up on the end of that gameplay I was showing you, a little sneak peek of Mudahar's video, is two people. I believe Margaret Thatcher and Jimmy Savile. Jimmy Savile's on the left. Now, it was revealed in documents much later that Jimmy Savile is a major predator, which is just insane because look at what he's holding, saying that the Society to Protect Children is great cruelty to children. Yet he's predator. So the imagery is just very intentional and more disgusting to think about because it's trying to send a message. A lot of the images here are real pedophiles. It's horrible.
Some ordinary gamer used to do on Sundays. He used to have a deep web dive or something like that, and he would. It was about I don't know, anywhere from 45-minute video to an hour. And he used to get on the deep web, and he would just go hopping around and checking out sites just to kind of show people that it's not as scary. And a lot of things that he would find, like the scary things, they were all, I shouldn't say all, most of them were all like fake, like indie film projects and stuff like that, which you see now and you're like, oh, okay, I see what it is.
What was very concerning about the whole scenario, however, was that the images flashing on Mudar's copy of the game were much worse than gore. Those images of known child predators, and between those images of Obscure Horror Corner would upload multiple episodes, a 5-part series for Sad Satan, and then out of nowhere removing part 5 entirely, leaving only 4 parts available on YouTube to this day. The copy of Obscure Horror Corner played was speculated and is now agreed on to be created by them. Without a doubt in my mind, they were more than likely trying to create an ARG. It's quite sad when you think about this, considering what was about to unfold. A harmless ARG becomes much, much worse. On July 7th, Kotaku interviewed the Obscure Horror Corner, who was finally identified as simply Jamie. I could not find this interview, but it said on Wikipedia that this interview was actually updated with a statement. Jamie deliberately misdirected people from downloading the game because of graphic content that was not present on his YouTube uploads. The graphic content on the other copies of the game were much worse than just gore. Just like the copy Mudahar uncovered, it was unflashed. Only 18 minutes later, a supposed download link to Sad Satan was posted on a 4chan board that was centered on the paranormal. When looking through the file contents of the game, users were disgusted to discover pictures of mutilated corpses, and the people who ran the game received hefty amounts of malware. These copies that were completely unrelated to the Obscure Horror Corner would be dubbed the clones. A user would re-upload the copy of the game, clean all of the obscene material and malware, and make a subreddit. It just doesn't stop there, though. We talked about a post being made earlier on the 4chan board. Turns out that was by a user only known as ZK. He was supposedly from the deep web. He acted like this big know-it-all guy, showing off this scary game he had, but it turns out he was actually just a fat loser who was a huge fucking pedophile. There was nothing high and mighty or cool about ZK in any way, shape, or form. This person jumped on the train to receive some internet clout and didn't even get anything from it but some horrible human being. Originally, it was theorized that Jamie was ZK and that Jamie was stopping people from going through the game because he was scared to get caught when he realized that, hey, this is blowing up. That's why Jamie disappeared. The obscure recorder hasn't uploaded video in like 9 years. But the reality of the situation is I don't think Jamie was really the culprit here. Now, the next person I'm going to talk about, I don't really know if it's connected. No one really gives me good evidence as to why it's connected, but it's something to think about and look into. Gary Graves. Gary Graves was a convicted pedophile with charges against him for... It was an entirely unrelated case. However, many people online for some reason point him as the individual simply known as ZK. I can't find a single piece of evidence to support this case at all, so I feel like people are just crazy, but I don't know. Sad Satan has a notoriety like no other online, but not many people still talk about it to this day. For good reason, though. It's not something that many should really dwell on because you don't want to give attention to these kind of people. Sad Satan is well known for more than its eerie gameplay. The real horror was in its origins. Only an extremely sick individual would release something like that to the world. There's nothing to be found here. This is lost media, but it is not lost media that wants to be found, deserves to be found, or should be found. This piece of content, this media, if you even want to call it that, this game that exists out there is still out there. Those files are still out there. Someone has this copy on their computer, and it is disgusting. There are many copies of Sad Satan, safe ones you can download to this day, even a remake on Steam coming out. But those are much more tame in comparison to what ZK and many people on deep web forums and even online shared for a point in time. The FBI definitely got involved. There's just no way they didn't. I mean, this is such a disgusting situation, such a disgusting case. Hey, I'm really glad you made it to the end of this video. Man, I'm so tired. But yeah, I was writing this video for a while. This video is way longer than I thought it would be, so that was nice. But the crunch is real. I think I've pretty much made...
I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Mudahar, he stopped doing those, and so I stopped visiting his channel. But I did enjoy those. But I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I've heard about Sad Satan. I've heard about that I've heard about it for 8 or 9 years now, but I've only seen snippets. I have no interest in playing it. So we're going to end it here, and until next time, have a good day, have a good night.